Hey everybody! You're back! It's Zany Zane! Look, earlier I was talking to you about all these crazy and interesting ideas that I have to help better and improve the world. But, and it's all here, of course. I almost feel like, am I in college? Are you in college? I almost feel like I was like a college professor or somebody giving some kind of big lecture, and I hope you found it informative, everything that I was showing you. And I do tend to talk with my hands a lot, by the way, because I am Gemini. But what I want to do is just take some time to stop for a little bit and just talk to you again about what I'm doing, just to rehash your memory. Basically, I'm making history right now, or attempting to, by sending out this great big message to the world and to you. I have all kinds of ideas of how to help the world, and from my other two earlier messages, check them out if you haven't already, but I'm sure you have, if you're still following this. I was kind of leading up to something. I was explaining that I have a great big idea to help the world. So what I'm trying to do is give out a speech, but also read poetry, also be theatrical, also do kind of performance art, but also share all kinds of ideas, real ideas that I have that I believe will help the world, including creating a television network. These things sound, I'm sure, really crazy out there and far out, but the fact is I have a whole game plan on how to do that. So one thing that I'm doing too, though, as well as having this grand plan, which, honest to God, I'm a big giant dreamer, I'll admit that, but I believe it can help the world. I want to be someone who's helping to push the world ever so much slightly, like everyone else's help, but I want to be a part of positive change. And there's a push right now for more freedoms and for a better world. But one thing that I'm doing too is, basically my girlfriend and I are looking to meet new people. I was talking about my past. Both my girlfriend and I were bullied, both had hard family lives, and both of us went through periods of extreme depression and anxiety and being around toxic influences, friends, that just became horrible people we didn't want to know anymore. Or at least they were being horrible toward us from our perspective. So we're looking for friends. I'm looking for friends. And if you're somebody who's in the outdoor activities, right now I'm just thinking, I want to bring people together. So if you love outdoor activities, I love outdoor activities, give us a ring. Check out my website and we can start talking there. That's why I set it up. So check out my Facebook site. If you're an animal lover, and I love every kind of animal imaginable, if you're adventurous, if you're into biking, hiking, science, if you're intellectual, an avid reader, a writer, a poet, an artist, an actor, I feel like I have interests in all these things. I myself, of course, am like kind of like an artist. If you're an entertainer, like I said, anyone who's into anything creative, anyone who likes to throw a football, badminton, bowling, road hockey, shooting hoops. The whole idea, though, is to bring people together. And I want to open up my apartment and have parties every few weeks, possibly, or just get-togethers, make arrangements. So by all means, give me a call. Getting back to my little speech or lesson or what have you, just to give you some perspective on me and some of the things that I think about, I believe there's some basic life principles. One is to keep an open mind. I think it's important that everybody keeps open-minded about everything around them. That's, to me, the best way to learn. One sec. It's music in the background is starting to distract me. So, another life principle to me is to try not to pass judgment on anybody. And this is important, of course, because who has the right to judge another person? I believe everyone in the world sees the world and perceives it differently, and it's wrong for one person to try to pass judgment on someone else. We've been ruled, as I spoke earlier about, from our ego for so long, that often we'll project or self-project on other people things we don't like about ourselves or things that we hate, and often it's a very primitive and sad fact that as human beings, in a lot of ways, we still have things to evolve past, including a fear of that which is unknown or different. And this is very tribal. It goes back to the dawn of time. Another thing, though, is to question everything. Keep an open mind. is important. Keeping an open mind and being open to new ideas and new concepts and other cultures. There's so much to experience in the world, and everybody everywhere has different conceptions of reality. Everyone experiences this world or reality or whatever you want to call it differently. So it's good to always be open-minded. This is how we learn and we evolve and we can improve ourselves, and individually and as a society, a nation, a race, a culture. I also think you should take no one for granted. And this includes family and friends. We're only, all of us, here for a set up period of time, and well, of course through technology we may be able to extend human lives, but you know, you can't take anyone or anything in your life that's good for granted. So cherish everyone and everything around you, and try to get past hurts or disagreements or arguments you might have had with people. You know, try to be at peace with the people around you, and especially people you love and care about. And of course, treat others as you would have them treat you. This is something that Jesus taught, and many other spiritual teachers, and it's only right that we should just treat other people how we'd want to be respected. We're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all feel hurts, and we all feel pain. Live in the moment. And this is important too, to always be present wherever you are, to try to find the beauty in everything around you, and to try to feel happy, try to see the good, the positive, even in bleak situations. And sometimes it's really hard to do that, but it's very important. One thing to keep in mind too is that you are know you are a living miracle, living within another miracle, and that living miracle is existence itself. We go through life taking everything for granted and often not seeing all the wonder that is around us, and many of us don't think about the actual miracle of our own consciousness, that we're actually fragments of the universe that's becoming self-conscious of itself. I'll explain more about that later, because that's just a far out there concept. One thing I wanted to say too is that right now the world needs more love. It needs more tolerance. We need to break through all these repressive barriers. So many of us set up these barriers for ourselves, and we're all honestly too hard on ourselves. I know I am. I think we should strive to overcome hate, anger, intolerance, racism, sexism, and self-loathing. And it is time to connect with ourselves, other people, other living things, and of course our beautiful living Mother Earth. I think for now I'm going to cut off what I'm saying, but I will continue soon.